I'm not a violent man, but there could be fights happening. Yes people, welcome back to another video. So this episode continues literally right from where I left off on my last wild camp. I'm currently somewhere on Great End. Not that I can see a right lot because the fog's come in and we've got snow on the ground. So it's a pure white out. So the plan for today, originally, I was gonna have a little walk on over towards Bloke and do a camp up somewhere around there. I'm parked at Seathwaite by the way, so I don't want to be going too far away from there so that I can bounce relatively early tomorrow morning. But now I'm thinking, I don't like going to the Lake District. Especially, I do like going to the Lake District. 1 minute. I don't like going to the Lake District and not bagging at least 1 or 2 fresh Wainwrights just to get them ticked off the list. So now I'm thinking, which means I should have probably gone down Great End the other way, is to head towards Brandreth and maybe do a camp up there, because then I know we can bag Brandreth as well as grey knots, 2 Wainwrights that I'm yet to do. And then we can either do a wild camp round there or maybe head even back towards Green Gable. But yeah, I'm not sure, it's just one of them today. I'm going to decide based on how I feel once I get up there. Hopefully this weather's going to clear up. I don't know if you can see, but it's starting to look a little bit more blue. A little bit. I've not even had any breakfast yet today, so I've gone for some ribeye flavour, extra tender and soft, biltong. That's what I like about having this on chest pod. You can just pop stuff in there in the back pouch. I've just left no trace. Look at that. Look at that stuff. Lovely stuff that. All my liquids are not far off frozen. They're like a bloody slush puppy. But once we get closer to wherever we're going to pitch tonight, I'll make sure I get some water. Borderline ice axe tackle round here. I wouldn't want to slip down there. Right, I need to get some new outfits or something, because literally the first person I've seen today, Liam, shouted me for hey up, someone else. I didn't know whether it was one of the ones that I'd seen yesterday. But now another subscriber, so good to meet you once again. I cannot remember names, man. I've just spoke to you 2 minutes ago. I am shocking. That's why I always ask people, have you got Instagram? So then you can follow me and I'll follow you back if I've met you in person, obviously. Is it bad that he said he could recognise me by the way I walk? I didn't know I had a distinctive walk, but fair play. But yeah, he was camped on Hill Crag last night, and he was from Australia actually, so good to meet you, mate. Literally shouted me as I was like this. But anyway, these are banging, you know. I'm now back at S Course. The original plan was to go somewhere up towards S Pike and then on to Bloke. But like I said, it would be nice to bag those Wainwrights, so instead I'm going to head towards Green Gable. I'm going to go up the Windy Gap and then go on to Brandreth and Grey Knots from there. I forgot I had this in here, so it's breakfast part 2, a pan of chocolat. Much better when they've been in the oven for a little bit, and with a nice little brew. I'm looking directly at the Gable brothers there, so basically I've got to go right up the crack of that arse in between Great Gable and Green Gable, right up to Windy Gap. And that is a windy bastard, let me tell you now. You might not look it from here, but I'm telling you now, that is a climb right there. Very steep. And I'm sure every time I've done it previously, I've been like, I won't be coming back here anytime soon. And here we are. But the last time we did it, the weather couldn't be any more different, because I remember actually having a little swim in Staika Tarn there. And it were proper redders that day. Tits out, everything. Whoa. Shitting hell, son. I've taken my waterproof off and my little gilet that I had on, because I'm going up this windy gap. And I know for a fact I'll be sweating buckets by the time I get to the top. And you don't want to be sweating too much in this weather, because then you'll start to freeze later on. Not good. Right then, let's get moving. So that's us. We're right up there. The camera never does it justice. Swear down. That looks quite cool. I don't know if you can see it, but the water is sort of trickling underneath the ice. That's where we were last night, up on Great End. If you've not been up here before, it does start off with steps and then it just comes to this loose scree. I'm basically trying to get as far up as I can whilst I can still see this stream, because I know at some point as you get closer to the top the stream disappears, so that's when I need to get some water. But obviously I don't want to get it too early, because then I'm going to be carrying it up this hill. This is Windy Gap. Just came all the way up there from there. And if you go that way, you can go up to Great Gable, and that way up to Green Gable. That's a good shot there. Up to Great Gable. As you can see, clag's coming now a little bit. I'm hoping it's still going to clear though. And we're back in the snow, which is sick. Hello. So this is the summit of Green Gable, and if it cleared up we'd have some sick views that way. Well, we still have, but it'd be nice if that clag pissed off. But anyway, that's Green Gable for the 4th time, I'm gonna say. I think, yeah, 4th time. First time when my tent shit itself and I had to leave. Second time when I came back up to do the camp, the first ever camp in the Hilleberg solo. The third time was when I was with my brother Sam. I were in Lanshan 2, he were in Nature Cloud up 2. And then this is the 4th time. But now we're heading somewhere that I've not been before. Next step, Brandreth. Let's go. Well, here we are on the summit of Brandreth. Not going to hang about here because we need to do grey knots and then come back and head all the way back up Green Gable. Not 100% sure which is the actual summit, so I'm going to go tap that and tap that. Right, we've tapped that one, and this one looks a little bit more prominent. Well, there's a few bits of metal sticking out of it and that anyway. So either way, I'm here. Now where's that bloody grey knot? That looks to me like it could be the summit of Grey Knots. I'm pissing up, so anyway, I've gone from having a lot of time to not very much. It's now 10 to 2. It gets dark at 4, so we've still got a couple hours. But it's nice to get pitched up nice and early, and because I've decided to head back to Green Gable, obviously I've got to do that trek yet, and then hopefully there's no one pitched on top of Green Gable, because I ain't got a backup plan. Is this it? It could be here. Just right there. Here, tell you what. Boom shanker. All that good shit. Spin you around. Lovely views. Honest to slate mine that way. And we've got Buttermere and Crummer Quarter. And then a whole load of clag. You clag! Well, that's grey knots in the bag. The third Wainwright of the day. But my second as far as new Wainwrights goes whilst on this trip. So that's another 2 in the bag. I'm happy with that. Now it's just a case of walking all the way back we came and then setting up the dome away from home. I cannot wait for that first piping hot brew. Sticky toffee pudding latte followed by a nice Moroccan tea. Buzzing. Yalla yalla. The best thing about it being all frozen is this would be boggy as fuck normally. But now you can literally, risking that, standing on that. You can hear it creaking. You don't know how deep that's going to be, do you? But yeah, just this area in general, it just looks like it'd be hella boggy. Like all this where it's frozen. Look at that. Nice solid that, to be fair. Look at the thickness on it. Look at girth on that. Wow, compared to a Fingray. I've just been having a quick look on the Met Office, checking out the weather. It is supposed to be clear right now, but that is clearly not the case. However, for the Lake District in general, or Cumbria, it's saying that the yellow weather warning has now gone from just ice to snow and ice. We don't want to be hanging about for too long in the morning, because that road, oh my god. If you've seen the first part of this trip in a previous episode, I mentioned that the road was mental. Volvo nearly ended up in Derwent water. I forgot about that. See, I'm not looking forward to that tomorrow. I feel like I worked pretty hard today. I've not even covered that much mileage, but just hiking in this slippy terrain with the heavy backpack does get to you, especially with your breathing and that way. You get all sniffly and weird when it's freezing. Do you know what I'm saying, or is that just me? Oh, that is so refreshing, man. Getting hungry as well now. Looking forward to getting some tea on when I get to camp. Sick. Right, let's get cracking. I've just realised on the map there's actually another path that sort of traverses around Brandreth, which is better than me having to go up it again, considering I've just bagged it today. So I think I'm going to do that. Just 1 more mile to go. Happy days. I lost the path a long time ago. But we're heading in the right direction. That's all that matters. Obviously it doesn't help that you can't see the paths because of the snow. But every now and then, look, you just see footprints. They're going in a different direction to me. I want to be going that way. Yeah, I can see some footprints here. Sorted. Yeah, I'm not sure which way I came down because it was shit compared to this. This is a proper carved out path with cairns and all that tackle. I was somewhere around that side. I don't know how. Hell is this shit now? Done enough scrambling for one day. Nearly there now, nearly. I swear down, if someone's pitched up where I want to pitch up, I'm not a violent man, but there could be fights happening. I might have to invade. No lie, I thought that were it then. I thought someone's fucking playing with me here. But nah, that's Great Gable. So we are more or less here now, at the summit of Green Gable. Now if I remember correctly, if the summit's there, then the nice flat spot is down this way. It just looks the same to you, doesn't it? Look at what we're dealing with here. It looks the same to me, but I'm just sort of using the direction of Great End in the distance as a little bearing, if that's the correct terminology. Let's keep going. And there we are, all pitched up in the Hilleberg Staika. I'd be lying to you, right, if I said that this wasn't one of the best looking tents I've ever seen. Just look at them poles. Insane. And the amount of space. Vestibule over there. Doors are open, so you can literally see right through the damn thing. What a tent. So if you was to ask me now, is it worth the money? I'm still not sure. But is it worth the weight? As in 4 kilos? Definitely. I'd happily carry this in the mountains on winter days, especially when I'm out for just a couple nights like I have been on this trip. I thought I could hear voices. It's such a calm night. But then I've just looked up on Great Gable there. I'll try do a zoom after when I'm editing it. Couple of people up there. And as much as I was enjoying having the doors open, it's just started snowing. So we better get them closed, because we're getting snow inside. That is not ideal. Oh shit. Look at that already in a matter of seconds. One item that I'm so happy I brought this time was this foil mat, because like now the ground is freezing, so I can just put this down straight away and at least just get off of that cold ground until I pump my air mat up. And then even once my air mat's up, I can put my air mat at one side and I can still use this as a place to sit and cook. So it just keeps your arse off at cold ground. And it'll act as a bit of a backup, because if my air mat was to fail, then at least I've got something to keep me insulated from the ground. It wouldn't do a right good job, but it's better than no. Doesn't feel as cold today. I remember yesterday getting set up, could barely feel my fingers. I've not even got my gloves on right now and it's not too bad. The ground isn't as even as it was yesterday, but hopefully once I've got the air mat pumped up, it'll just sort of iron out those little bumps. Whoa! Oh, I know what that is. I forgot to put the top cap on. I'll put that on in a second. In fact, yeah, before I get comfy, might as well get my shoes on. Go put that top cap on. Then it's done then, innit? And then we can get kettle on. Yes! Right then, what is on the menu for tonight? So I've got 3 bagels left. Once again, I've got my peanut butter, some butter and some jam. Yes! Cannot wait for them. I've got some chicken super noodles with the special ingredient spicy Cheetos. Yes, them combined with this, va-va-voom. I've got another chocolate crepe and a pan of chocolat. Probably save them for breakfast, unless I get really peckish later on. Got some more biscuits for dunking my brew. And then I've got 2 Persian style flatbreads. They're going to be banging. And to go with them, I've got a full block of halloumi as well as some smashed avocado. But before any of that, first thing on the menu is another latte. Hopefully the gas behaves itself today. I guess we'll soon find out. Like I said earlier, it doesn't seem quite as cold as it did yesterday. What's the forecast saying? So in here right now, it's minus 0.4. So just about freezing. So that is cushy. Plenty of gas left. And I'm genuinely taking a liking to this stove. Oh, I've got all my rubbish in here as well. This were like a 12 quid or something on eBay. Cheap as chips. It was my first stove that I ever bought a couple of years ago. And the thing that I like about it is, I've said it before, because it's got this tube, you can keep the stove nice and low to the ground and it doesn't have to sit on top of the gas. I just find when you're cooking stuff that involves like a pan, it just makes it a bit more stable. Shit, I did this yesterday and nearly set myself on fire. I'm gonna take my gloves off when I like this. So, is that flat? Flat enough? Let's get these vents open. So we can open the vents at both sides now because it's a 2-person tent. More ventilation coming through. Happy days, let's light this. Sound as a pound, our kid. Oh, this is the best time, man. Your tent's pitched up, it's freezing out there. You can get wrapped up in your warm gear and have a nice hot brew. Where's that lid? Let's stay efficient in this bitch. So while that's doing that, so I can hear the snow starting now. I'm gonna get my warm gear out, I reckon. All in this big dry sack. And I've actually squashed it all into a little, whoa, don't be setting that on fire. It's just a stuff sack that my Rab sleeping bag came in. So I've got my down pants in there. I've got the actual Rab sleeping bag in there. Get that out. And then I've got my down booties. Got my pillow. You can get a lot in this little stuff sack. It's not good to be storing your stuff like this for a long time, but obviously just for this camp it'll be cushy. And then I've got my down jacket, which I will be putting on shortly. And then spare boxers, spare pair of socks, and then just another one of these Senchi Designs fleeces. I wore that one yesterday for hiking, so it's a little bit sweaty, so I put this on fresh this morning. And that is me set up. Where is my brew? Oh, and we've got a cheese slice as well. I just fancy a little cheesy bagel. Oh, straight away, man, I'm going to get a bagel cracked on. This is one of the best purchases I've done in a long time. Literally 10-15 quid off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. I think it's iBilly or something. Basically just a way to make your toast whilst camping. Oh yes, come on. Could do with warming this peanut butter up as well, because it were a bugger to get out yesterday. That's done. That's done. Romeo done. Let's take these gloves off, man, I can't do shit. Whoa, turn it off, son. Oh, brew time. The best time. Pour that in there. And then do you know what? I'm going to leave a little bit in. Do you think I can stand that in there? Stand that in there for a little bit. Should make it so much easier to spread. I've got that one with the jam and stuff. I don't know what it's going to do up there, but a bit of heat, you know, it might get shit moving a bit. Don't really need the butter when I've got peanut butter. I did bring the butter because I had bacon and cheese bagels yesterday, so I could just add a bit of butter to that one. But oh, I'm so happy. I'm so buzzing. I'm in my new favourite tent. We're all pitched up. We've done some graft today as well. I feel like I have anyway. A couple of Wainwrights ticked off. Happy days. We'll be getting up nice and early in the morning, I reckon. I want to get down to Seathwaite and get out of here before them snowstorms hit, because that could cause carnage on them roads. And then it's Saturday tomorrow, so I'll be going to see my brother Ben, going for some food, chilling out, enjoying the weekend. Sick. Happy days, man. So cheers, big ears. Look at this, got a right tower going on. Get my brew on there. And then we've got a big fat biscuit for a Lewis dunk. Tell you what, shut door cock. I'm getting a bloody draft there. That's better. That is painting. Paintings on my WhatsApp. It is getting a bit nipply, mind you, now I've stopped. So I am going to get the down gear on. Oh, I'm just so buzzing, man. For everything. I think it's just the food. I like camping, but I love the food. Getting these Persian style flatbreads on. Whoa. Come on. Nah, first, it's bagels first. Then flatbread. What's that rain? What's going on? If there's one thing we don't want, it's rain. At least snow. Well, I suppose I'll find out if this tent's waterproof. Bloody should be. I love peanut butter, me. Oh shit. Dropped peanut butter through it all. You're making a right mess. And a bit of jam. This could be my new favourite little camping meal. So easy to make, so quick as well. What's not to love? What the fuck is going on, man? I can smell gas. Get them vents open, quick time, laddie. I've got a feeling that the battery's not going to be charged enough to pump up my mouldy thermarest, which means I'll have to blow it up by mouth. You ready? This is either just going to work or just going to shit on me. Oh, it's working. Sounds fucked though, doesn't it? Sounds haggard, that. Don't know what I've done to it. And it's struggling. We're not running on all cylinders here. I think now could be the time to get these halloumi flatbread wraps on the go. I'm just going to try find the world's smallest pair of scissors. I've got them somewhere. There they are. On my trusty penknife. Let's try find these. I know this halloumi can get messy, so I'm hoping it's not going to drop a load of juices all over the gaff. They're mental, them, aren't they? First thing I'm going to do is cut it straight in half. Oh, solid as a rock, that. I'm guessing it's a little bit frozen, like everything else. Because I might not end up having both flatbreads. I'll have to see. I think we just grill it straight on this bad boy. Why not?
Just need somewhere to store this for a couple of minutes. Put it on that pot. Look at them, nicely charred now. Grilled halloumi, love it, love the stuff. So I'll put them on there for now. Get this flatbread on here. Put that on there for a minute. We shall get ready with the avocado as well. While the other side toasts, I'm going to put the halloumi on. Load that up. I love halloumi, me. On with the avocado. Pull that forward, it smells like it's burning. Shit, son. Turn that off. No, it's alright, it's alright. It's charred, it's not burnt. Blather that on there. Lots of avocado. You might have a license, but do you avocado? Looks like pea puree or something, doesn't it? Not in this tent. Right, so that's the avocado on there. And now I've got some yogurt mint sauce. Literally from the takeaway. I got a curry overnight, New Year's Eve. They sent me loads of pots of these. So I thought, do you know what? Oh, excuse me. Picturing doing it justice on the camera. Hopefully it's not too hot to handle, and hopefully, oh, it's crispy as well. I'm going to need something to eat over, and we'll eat over that, and we'll eat over this. Right then, here goes, grilled halloumi and avocado on Persian style flatbreads with yogurt sauce. That is pucker. We're a little bit charred on back end, but only a little bit middle. That's alright, that's fine. We are dribbling avocado at the bottom, but all is good. That is so tasty. I think that mint yogurt sauce has really just given it that extra little touch. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. Can't actually believe how good that is. Now the only way to top that is to have a nice cup of Moroccan tea. Oh, I just love the smell of that stuff, man. Can't see a thing in here, man. I cannot see a thing. Snorted. I don't know what rubbish bin is. Well, it's rubbish bin today. I'll just chuck it outside and let wind blow it away. Right then, I think it's about that time. What time are we on? actually, out of interest. It's only 10 to 7, but I think it's that time where I just chill out for an hour, enjoy my nice cup of Moroccan tea, kick back and watch something. So just to get in the nice chilled vibe, let's turn this light down a bit. Having that for a bit of a dimmer. That's nice. Or should we go for a little bit more of a warmer ambience? There, look at that. Nice warm ambience. Nearly booted my brew straight over then. I'd have been going home. I've only got that one. Let's get this stove away from firm rest. Or there'll be tears if that pops. Right then. Cheers, people. Just go around, have a quick look at tent. Seems good. We've not got any heavy winds so far, so I won't need to adjust the guy lines or all. We should be cushy. It's not going anywhere, this tent. As you can see, we've had a little bit of snow dropping. More frozen frost, really. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. It's now time for the final meal of the evening. Would you believe it? I am having bachelor super noodles with, hold it right there, Cheetos puffs, sweet and spicy, flaming hot. It's just a fantastic combination. Now it's time to add a few of these bad boys. Give them a mix. Couple of Cheetos. What's happened to my tunes? Oh yeah. Obviously I have to keep turning tunes off to record. Otherwise you'll get done for copyright. A lot of time I don't just sit in silence, sat here on my own. I've got tunes on or I'm watching something, whatever. Just vibing, man.
Is open for business. I don't often say this, but your pitch was awful.
Pause that shite. Where's my spoon? That's how that's looking right now. Just adds a little bit of flavour to them, do you know what I mean? Oh! Where? I have got a Taco Bell sauce somewhere, and I seen it yesterday. I think it is in. Ooh, snowy basket. I'm pretty sure it's in here. It is as well. Along with my emergency soup. Forgot about that. So it's only a mild one, but still. A nice bit of Taco Bell sauce. Look at that. This is going to be fire. Anything to add a bit more flavour to these baskets. Nice and hot as well. Good camping grub super noodles. Nice and easy. Better than dehydrated meals for me. Unless I'm doing a multi-day hike where they're sort of a lot easier to take. That's some mega scran right there. Right, I'm going to kick back, watch an episode of Dragon's Den. And I will catch up with you lot in a bit.
You've got to be quiet for this little bit, Peter, if that's alright. Ouch.
A place where
Big
budding
PJ.
entrepreneurs are given a once-in-a-lifetime chance.
Do you know what I'm actually going to do for once? I'm going to start tidying up before I go to bed. And that way, I don't have a load of crap to clean up in the morning. So I'm going to start by putting all my food related stuff in this bag. Make sure all my electrics are away as well. I'll keep my pan of chocolate out for the morning. And that way I'm just a little bit more organised in the morning. I always like to leave a head torch out. I'm not sure why that is piss wet through. I spilt some water on here. I must have. So keep my head torch out. I'll leave my power bank out as well because it's A, powering a light for this camera, and B, I like to go to sleep with my phone at 100% so it's ready. We're on 97%, nearly there. And then apart from that, the rest of it I can get put away. Probably won't have a brew in the morning, just got shit all over my hands. Gas can go in there. I think that is me pretty much sorted. And then I'm just going to get into bed and get an early night. What time are we on, boss? 11:15. So I'll probably chill for an hour. Try get to sleep for midnight, that's the aim. Get up about, I'm going to say 7, probably end up being 7:30. 7:30, and then we've got an hour to pack some stuff away, ready for sunrise. I don't think we're going to get a sunrise. I'm looking at the forecast again. It's actually been upgraded, I said earlier, from yellow to amber. So far, I've not heard all, but we'll see what it's like in the morning. So that's me. Lights off, I reckon, and chill out in bed. So I'll bring you back in the morning. Laters. Sorry, it's just me again, Liam from Good Bloke Outdoors YouTube channel. Just a little tip that I've been thinking about, just a little tip that I do, started doing. If you're going to get changed in the morning, why's that wind just started now? Does this happen every time or what? There's not been a breath all night. Anyway, I know I'm going to be changing into these in the morning. They're already freezing. By freezing, I don't mean literally freezing, I just mean they're already cold. So I'm going to shove them in my sleeping bag, right down to the foot box. I'm going to do the same with my waterproof jacket as well. I'm probably going to be wearing that tomorrow. Just to take a bit of that wind bite out. So I'm going to put that in the bottom of my sleeping bag. I've got shitloads of room in this sleeping bag, so we're all good. And that way in the morning, when it comes to taking off my down pants, my actual trousers that I'm going to change into won't be freezing and won't be all damp and moist. They'll just be nice and warm because they'll have been cooking all night in my sleeping bag. Just a little tip, you know what I mean? I'm not going to sleep in my down jacket either. But what I'm going to do with this, because I won't be needing it in the morning, hopefully, I'm going to put that under my sleeping pad just to raise me up a little bit. Bit of extra comfort. Because you don't lie flat at home, do you, with just a little pillow for the neck. I like to have a few up and that, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Right. Let's shut this door, man. Proper drafty bastard on right hand side. None of that. I'm going to close this vent as well. And then I've literally left the inner, I'll just turn you around a bit. I've left the inner of this side fully open, so there's a snow on the ground there and all that tackle. But I've got plenty of ventilation then. So I've left that vent open. And just that area being open with the vent and the inner's not closed, so plenty of ventilation. There won't be no condensation, hopefully, and so far there ain't none. So once again, I'll bring you back in the morning. Laters.
Morning gang. Can you believe it's actually clear this morning? And I am packed away nice and early. Definitely getting all my stuff ready last night. Certainly sped up the process this morning. When my alarm went off, I was just so warm in my sleeping bag. And I could just feel the cold air as soon as I started unzipping the bag. I was like, oh no. I just wanted to lie there, not move. Oh. But here we are. Let's have a look, shall we? What we're dealing with today. Whew, stunning morning. So it did snow a little bit. As you can see, little spindrift up against the tent walls. How good do the fells look? Snow capped. In fact, it's definitely snowed a lot more because all these guys down here didn't even have snow on them. See where it fell yesterday and going down towards Base Brown. They didn't have any snow on them yesterday. It started snowing early hours of morning at some time. Yeah, it kept me awake as well. The little bugger. But the tent stood up very well to those winds last night. A remarkable piece of apparatus. And I am thoroughly impressed. It is going up those tent rankings every time I use it. What a beast, man. Let me take some snaps while I'm here. For the gram. Snaps for the gram. Guy lines are just solid because they've got ice running all the way down them. I'm trying to get some of it off, but obviously I'm going to have to dry this out when I get home anyway. So, not to worry. If I was out in it again tonight, then I'd make a little bit more of an effort to get all the snow off it and stuff, just so that it won't soak in today whilst I was hiking. A good thing with Hilleberg tent bags is they always come way oversized, so you don't have any trouble putting it back in the original bag. Usually I end up getting a dry bag and just bring the tent in that, but I thought for its first outing I'll bring it out in the original bag. Well, so much for a sunrise. All clogged in again now. Look at the size of the footprint that this tent leaves, man. Massive. But anyway, leave no trace. You know how we do this shit by now. One thing I did differently on this trip is this bag, the Sierra Designs Flex Capacitor. It's actually a framed bag. So it's got like a metal rod in a Y shape that runs from the top of the shoulders and then a single pole all the way down the spine of the bag. And that just helps the rigidity of the bag. In theory, it's supposed to make it easier to carry, especially heavy loads. And then you haven't got all your crap that's in your bag sticking into your back and stuff, because it sort of frames it out. But when I got home from my last trip, I had this like little pain in the bottom of my back, and I didn't know what it was from. I thought, is that from carrying too much crap or whatever? And then, just as I was packing my bag the other day before coming out on this trip, I put the bag on, and I felt that exact pain pressing, and I realised it was the bottom of the frame right there, and it was just digging into the bottom of my back. I don't know if that means the bag's not the correct size for me or whatever, but it seems to fit fine. So I took that out and it's been cushy. I haven't really noticed a difference in the comfort. It seems to be handling the heavy load just as easy as it was before. Just the fact that it's even removable means they must be happy for you to have that option. Anyway, let's get moving. Speaking of options, I'm not sure which way to head back. So I can follow Green Gable straight down. We'll head on to Base Brown and then you can sort of follow it round and you go down Sour Milk Gill, or whatever it's called. And I have done that route a couple of times before. Another option is to completely bypass Base Brown and head down Arran Slack where the Windy Gap is. Go all the way down to the bottom near Styhead and then just turn left and head to Seathwaite that way. So I think that's what I'm going to do. To be fair, no matter which way we go, I might end up needing the ice sacks and the micro spikes because there does seem to be quite a bit of snow and ice this morning. Ow. So Green Gable, you have been lovely jubbly. Third time camping up here as well. 4 attempts, 3 successful. But look what you're just walking into. Just pure clag. That's why it's so good to have these cairns. So you can at least head towards them. Any second now we should be able to see the mighty Great Gable. I can just about see it, but it would be all the way up there. Yeah, this is quite sketchy, man. Do not want to slip. But the problem is, when it's snow like this, there's only so much the micro spikes can do. So at least when we've got these little rocks sticking up like this, we can use them as a little bit of a gripping aid. Slowly, slowly. No rush. Plenty of time because we've got up nice and early. Ah. Yeah, this is sick, innit, that? Look at that now. I know it's a right pain having to do this, but I'm going to have to take my bag off and get my ice sacks because it's borderline dangerous coming down this bit, let alone that bit near Windy Gap. So if I've got the ice axe, I'd be a fool not to make the most of it and at least have it in my hand ready, preferably not in my shin like I just twatted myself with it then. That's so much better because even if you just use it as a bit of a walking pole, and then at least if you start sliding you can dig it in. If this bit starts to look too sketchy once I get down here, I will put the camera away because I need both hands. The scree actually helps a bit until you get a big rock inside of your ankle. I can actually see another tent down there. You definitely won't be able to make it out, I don't think. I only seen it because I've seen the person moving near it. If not, it just looks like a giant rock. Now I've got the majority of this descent out of the way, I'm putting the ice axe back and I'm taking a layer off because I am sweating. That is so much better now. And it's time for a little bit of brekkie. Pan of chocolat. That'll do. Hi. Back at good old Stockley Bridge. Just found a sick pair of sunglasses, man, on the floor. So God knows who they belong to. So I think I'm just going to slap these shades on the last gate, the closest to Seathwaite Farm. And then hopefully, whoever's lost them, we'll find them again. I've just bumped into another subscriber whose name I have remembered this time. It's Andrew. So nice to meet you as well. Oh, and he also told me that he'd spotted the Volvo, so at least I know that's still there. And that the roads are no longer as icy as they were on Thursday. Anyway, it's probably a good time to wrap up this video. So if you liked it, make sure you smash that like button, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Hit subscribe if you're not done already. If you want to support the channel that little bit more, you can join the Patreon or the YouTube membership, or you can buy me a coffee. But just you watching is good enough for me. Right, peace out, in a bit. I think I can balance these on there. If I put them there, they won't go anywhere, will they? Does life get better than this? So I just opened my door to obviously put my rucksack in. Can of Coke, hint door card. Don't know whose that is, but whoever it is, thank you. I'm more of a Diet Coke man myself because it's sugar, but I'll certainly be having it.